guys, and welcome back to the Saints View, the channel for Southampton content for a brand new match preview here on the channel. We're looking ahead to Saturday's Premier League fixture away at Brighton. But before we get into that, guys, do make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We've just hit 1.7k, which we're thankful for, and let's try and get to our target of 2,000 subscribers within the next month. Also follow us on our socials if you haven't yet already to get all the sort of extra stuff that you may get from socials. And yeah, let's get into it. Before we start talking about Brighton though, let's have a roundup of our last game, which was of course the 2-1 defeat at home to Liverpool. Encouraging signs from the performance, definitely when you compare it to the performance of our first game against Burnley, which was obviously the horrible 3-0 defeat. I think the main talking point within the fan base, that is, following the Liverpool game, was the amount of chances that we created but actually didn't take many of them. Obviously we only scored one goal and we didn't really get many on target. I don't actually remember Adrian having to make many saves. I think he made one really good one against Yoshida and that was pretty much it. Now the statistics show that we had 14 shots, which is encouraging, but got only 3 of them on target, which completely backs up my point about how we're creating these chances but we're not taking them. So it's encouraging signs, but we just need to make sure putting them in the back of the net. Obviously we've now got Shea Adams, so a bit more firepower up front. So as long as we can score goals, then I think we will be fine and we'll start picking up points very, very soon. Another thing I want to pick up on after that Liverpool game is the performance of Oriol Romeu. I think by far he's been our best player over the first 2 games. Obviously, yes, both defeats, and we've conceded 5 goals in that time, but I think he's been an absolute rock in midfield. Quietly appreciated, I think, by the fans, gone under the radar a little bit. But at the moment, over those 2 games, he's made plenty of recoveries, a couple of interceptions, a decent tackle win percentage, and he's also averaging 35 passes a game. So I think it's a no-brainer for him to start in the middle, most likely alongside Pierre Højbjerg as well, who I think needs to step up a little bit. I don't think he's been to his best recently. Maybe that's after recovering from illness, but hopefully we can see the best of him, because of course we did see the very best of him in the 2 games against Brighton last season. And that's who we're going to talk about now. Brighton, our next opponent in the Premier League. They've had a very good start, in fairness to them. I know it's only been 2 games and we've obviously got 36 to go, but it's been an encouraging start for them under new manager Graham Potter. Of course, Brighton away last year was a very, very good day out, and it was only 5 months ago. Obviously, we won that game 1-0, and I think the fans were pretty happy at the end of it. We're unbeaten against Brighton since their promotion. We've had a couple of wins and mainly draws. We haven't really struggled in any of the games, but we've definitely shot ourselves in the foot in a couple of them. I think the 2-2 against them back at St Mary's last September is probably the standout one, where we were 2-0 up. They literally created nothing and they finished the game 2-2. Of course we are unbeaten, but that's unbeaten against a Chris Hughton Brighton. Of course under Graham Potter this could be a completely different test, and it looks like it might be. You know, attacking football is the philosophy. They've already scored 4 goals in the first 2 games, encouraging signs. 3 of them at Vicarage Road in the first game when they thrashed Watford 3-0. No one saw that coming. And last time out they played West Ham, drew 1-1 but should have won it really. Had a goal ruled out by VAR. And the standout performer for them seemed to be Leandro Trossard. Scored both goals, one obviously disallowed by VAR and the one that counted in the end. Their new signing from Genk, I believe it was, in the summer, looked decent on his debut against West Ham in a game where Brighton had the majority of possession and also doubled the amount of shots that West Ham took. So you can see the attacking philosophy put in by Graham Potter from the start. And we're going to have a difficult game on Saturday, there's no doubt about that. Of course I am no expert on Brighton and Hove Albion, so I've asked my mate Josh, you may know him as Fusion, to give us a bit of insight on all things Brighton ahead of the game.
Right then, my preview for the Brighton versus Southampton game in the Amex Stadium. Right now, you've got 0 points, we've got 4. We're in the top 4 as I speak, but that means absolutely nothing. But I wanted to put it in the video just because I'm a cocky one over here, to be honest. But no, Brighton versus Southampton. Now, it's going to be a difficult game, despite you've got 0 points, and you have had a difficult opposition in Liverpool, and you lost to Burnley away, and hopefully you have a similar away performance at the Amex Stadium, to be honest. I'm not going to lie, I do hope we win this game, and it's one I'm expecting us to win. It's not because you've got 0 points, it is because we've been playing outstanding, and we need to pick up these early points, early doors, and I think if we do win 7 points, we're looking comfortable just going in the early stages, going to Man City away after that, and I am confident going into the game. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, if you play anything like you did against Burnley, then I think it could be another 3-0 thrashing for you lot. But I mean, I think we will win. I think it's going to be a comfortable win for us, and I think we are. I mean, Southampton are our bogey team as such, as Dan likes to say. But that is true, to be honest. That is true. But I think this time round, new manager, new tactics, new attacking style, new attacking flair for us lot. I think it's going to be something new, and I think we're going to end that kind of period where we're going to be losing and drawing to Southampton. So I think we will win. My prediction for the game, I'm going to go with 3-1 Brighton. 3-1 Brighton. I think you'll get a goal from something, maybe a screamer, maybe a header. I'm not too sure, but I think you're going to get a goal. I'm going to say Danny Ings will get the goal for you guys. And I think for us, I think Morpay will get one. I think Antonio will get one. And I'm going to say Trossard are going to get one too. I think them 3 goal scorers if it is a 3-1 win. So I don't care who scores, but as long as we win, that's all that matters. For Southampton, I think that you're vital to get the points, and you need the points, obviously. So it's going to be a big game for you lot, but it's also a big game for us where we have got 2 home games where we're drawn against West Ham, where we should have won. We absolutely dominated West Ham, and we should have got the win there. And obviously we beat Watford opening day of the season away from home. Fantastic result. No one expected that. I bet none of you Southampton fans expected that, or anyone in the football world probably expected that, to be honest, because I was not expecting that either. So, and I'm a Brighton fan, so there you go. But you'll bring obviously a good following down to the Amex Stadium. I think 3,000. It's going to be a sellout for you guys. Obviously, it's not that far. It's just kind of down the road, isn't it? Down the south coast. So it's going to be a good away day for you guys. It's always a good away day at Brighton, apparently. So I mean, enjoy your day. And well, I think we're going to win 3-1, guys. I'm not going to lie. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to Dan's channel. You've got to do it. Just do it. And subscribe to me too. Link will be in the description, I hope. And if it's not, then I'm not going to be very happy. So, I mean, that's my prediction, and that's what I think is going to happen in the game. But yeah, subscribe to Dan, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, guys.
Right, cheers for that, Josh. Of course, you can tell he's quite confident, and you can see why. We, of course, are still pointless. We need to get points on the board, and games like this are the ones where we really need to be picking up at least a draw. And so, on to my score prediction. I am expecting, obviously, a very tough game there, and they've got confidence and they've got form on their side. But I think we played very well against Liverpool, gave them a good run for their money, of course, European champions. Without a doubt, will be challenging for the title once again this year, in my opinion. So I think we have to obviously forget the Burnley result. That was of 2 weeks ago. Forget that performance, forget the result, forget that it even happened, and take the positives from the Liverpool game. The negatives, of course, individual errors still leading to goals. It's deja vu once again, and so we need to cut that out. My personal opinion is that it's going to be a very similar team. Starting at Brighton to the one that started at Liverpool. I'd like to see 4 at the back. I still think Harden won't risk it. Of course, we've still got Kevin Danzo to give him a debut, so we'll see if he starts. That'd be all very interesting, but tune in for tomorrow's preferred 11, because that's when we're going to sort of dissect all the team news and sort of choose the team we'd like to see. I've been thinking about it all week, and I think I would actually take a point. You know, first point on the board, it gets us up and running. It means that we won't be pointless going into the international break. And I know I've mentioned that example before of West Ham last season. They ended up finishing top half, even though they lost their first 4 games of the season going into the first international break pointless. But I really don't think we can afford to do that. You know, playing catch up already is really not what we want, only because, you know, we were so positive about the season ahead. And I'm still very positive, but we need to start getting points, because the longer we don't get points, the longer I think we're going to be losing games, because the confidence will be shot. All this stuff in pre-season about the really good football under Hasenhüttl, high pressing, high intensity, it's going to be great, but it's going to be for nothing if we can't start picking up points. So I think I would take a point, but of course you look at this and the fact that we've got Manchester United after that, and then after the international break we've also got a tricky test away at Sheffield United. So I'm going to go for an optimistic 2-0. That's what my heart's saying. I think my head is probably going to say 1-1. But I really hope we win this game. I think we need to. And I'm going to go for a Che Adams goal, get his first in Southampton colours. Yeah, I think that's quite optimistic, but I think we can definitely do it. Like I say, we create chances and we put them away. I think we'll outscore Brighton. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Do make sure you're subscribed. Almost at 2,000 subscribers like I mentioned earlier, so if we could get that within the month, that'd be amazing. Also make sure you're following us on our socials. You've liked the video. If you have enjoyed it, let us know your score predictions for the game on Saturday down below, and we'll see you at the Amex on Saturday.